Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel, Kaz here. And today I'm bringing you something a little different, a little exciting. I have done one of these in the past, and I absolutely loved it, and I loved answering your guys' questions. So today it's a get ready with me, but also a Q&A. I asked you guys over on my Instagram. If you aren't following my Instagram, you should. It's right here. Go follow me. Go right now. If you want to be part of these Q&As and getting shouted out, this is the best place to do it. But anyways, I asked you guys to ask me questions, anything really, and you guys came through. So let's go ahead. Let's get ready. Let's put some makeup on because I look crazy, and let's answer these questions. Also, while I'm getting ready, I'll try to tell you guys what I'm using just in case you're interested. This is the NYX, the Face Glue Primer. I love this stuff so much. And the first question comes from Brady, and he says, is there a genre of music or song that you dislike and why? Well, some of you may know this already about me, but I am not a big fan of country music. Okay, now hear me out. There are a few exceptions, okay? I love Chris Stapleton just because of how much soul he has, and it's not just straight country. I'm not a big fan of like the really twangy country. That being said, I do love like Home Free and Austin Brown. I also love Shania Twain just because it's nostalgic for me, and Leanne Rimes, but I'm not a big fan of country music. I never have been. It just does not click with me. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you why. Maybe because it's usually about driving around in a truck drinking some beer. You see how I went to a twang? Guess country music. There's few exceptions. I just dislike it a lot. Okay, we're going in with the e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel. This stuff's amazing. Love this stuff. We just want to look a little bit more put together. And the next question comes from Bulkhead 2002, and they asked, how long have you been a voice play fan? Ooh, I have to go back into the archives of my brain. Hold on.
One eternity later.
2019? I believe is when I really discovered them. It was around Halloween time, like a little bit before Halloween time. I think Oogie Boogie was the first one I ever seen. I didn't react to it because I wasn't really reacting to that stuff yet on my channel, but I did have my best friend Sarah react to it. That was her first song, I believe, a voice play that she had ever heard, and then we've kind of been stuck on the voice play train since. But yeah, so since 2019, so that's what, 6 years, almost going on 7. That's crazy. Not quite 7 because it was towards the end of the year. Also, I don't have to do lashes today, which I'm so excited about because I have finally found a clustered lash set. If you guys don't know what that is, it's where you put like the bond down underneath, like right here, and then you put the lashes on, and then you put the seal on it. And these are supposed to last 5 to 7 days. I've had them on for 2 days, and so far I'm in love with them. I think it's God Venus. I don't know how, but I got the wispy lash clusters. These things are amazing. I'll tag the link for these if you're interested in my description below. I'm gonna go in with this Tarte like color corrector concealer stuff. As you could tell, I'm basically out of it. I don't know if you could tell. Yeah, I'm basically out of this. I need to get more. And then I have the brush that it comes with. I'm gonna scrape out of this pan because this stuff's amazing for like little blemishes, color correcting, that kind of stuff. Because I don't put a whole lot of foundation on my face. I put this and some concealer, and I just like the way it feels. It's just not as like heavy. Unless it's like a special occasion, then I'll put some foundation. All right, next question comes from Roy. What's up, Roy? Have you ever gone back to watch old videos for a good laugh? Example, Adam in the Drill. I know exactly what video you're talking about. And you know what? I actually do. And I mean that in the most non-vain way. Sometimes I go back on like old videos, especially when I do stuff with my friends. And I just like, if I want a good laugh, especially my blooper videos, I'll watch those, and I'll watch them with Sarah and Carly, and we just have a good laugh. But yeah, the one that Roy is putting an example was a Valentine's Day, right? I don't know if I put it out on Valentine's Day, but I know it was like a cover for Valentine's Day. And I said something that I didn't think before I said it, and that was pretty interesting. We had a good laugh. All right, I'm just gonna put, oh my gosh, I'm completely out of this stuff. I'm so sad. Oh no. I also put this, I think, on my Facebook page or something, and I just wanted to include this in here because I thought it was just really, really sweet. Trisha Norton said, how do you have such a gorgeous smile? Well, that's very, very nice. I appreciate you. When I'm sad or anxious about something, I go watch one of your videos. You have such a beautiful and gorgeous smile that I automatically smile back at you, even though you can't see me. That is so sweet. It's so funny because my smile is something that I was really, really self-conscious about for a really long time because I have like a gummy smile, but I've grown to love it, and I really appreciate the encouragement. It just makes me really, really happy when I became like a social media person, and I'm not gonna say I'm an influencer. I'm not at that stage yet, but when I started creating my platform, I wasn't thinking about you know, like the impact or anything like that. I just wanted to make videos, and I've gotten a lot of, you know, comments or people who email me or people who send me letters in my P.O. box, which you can if you guys want to send me letters or anything like that. I have a P.O. box that's going to be in my description. The stuff that you guys have written to me, it literally, I don't have words. I'm not very good at expressing myself or my emotions, but know that though I might not be able to have the words to express how I feel, that they mean the world to me. And I'm very blessed to have the platform that I have, and I hope it continues to grow. And I really appreciate encouraging comments like this. So thank you, Trisha. I hope that this brings a smile to your face. And yeah. Oh, I'm also going in, if you're wondering, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. That's what I usually use as basically my base. I kind of put it in places that I need it. Okay, MG Music says, what is your favorite song right now? What is your favorite reaction you did? A favorite musical? Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Favorite song? I don't know if I can answer this question, honestly. Like, to be completely honest, that is hard. I guess it depends, because I listen to so many different genres, so it really just depends on the genre. Favorite song right now. I'm just gonna pick one. Favorite song right now. Phoenix by Stray Kids. That one's a really good one. If you don't listen to K-pop, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But I have so many different, that's so hard for me to do. That is so hard for me to answer, honestly. What's a favorite reaction I've done? I get this one a lot, and honestly, I just love so many different reactions that I've done. 16 Tons always comes to my mind though, because I remember me and Sarah just being absolutely flabbergasted, and that one sticks with me a lot, and I know a lot of other people love that reaction. I will say Hoist the Colors by all of like the TikTok guys, even though I have a lot of hate comments on that video about being overly dramatic, that's okay, that's fine. I still absolutely love that video because me and Sarah are just so over the top, and I love it. I love that about us, and I know a lot of you love that about us, and that's just who we are, you know? We're kind of crazy. We're the chaos queens for a reason. When me, Carly, and Sarah get together, it's just a lot of chaos. Face down, I look like a ghost, I know. I'll warm myself up, don't worry. Okay, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. e.l.f. sponsor me. I use all of your products. Christina, what's up, Christina? Said, I discovered K-pop, especially Stray Kids, through scrolling on YouTube. And I was curious, how did you discover K-pop, like BTS and Stray Kids? It's funny story. So if you guys don't know, BTS is the first group I ever got into. They're my old group, so my favorite group, but I do like a lot of other groups. It was funny. Me and my husband had just moved into our new house. We were putting together our coffee bar. We had this huge coffee bar, like the actual like furniture, and it was super heavy and heavy duty. And we were putting that together, and we just wanted to like watch like YouTube videos in the background, you know, just kind of have something in the back. Now, I had known about BTS, but I knew nothing about them, if that makes sense. I just have heard their name before, and I think had heard like Dynamite or something, or Butter. Voice Play had did a cover. I think it was Fake Love, actually. I think they've done a few. But anyways, we were just scrolling YouTube, and me and my husband saw that BTS had done a Tiny Desk performance, and we're like, we love Tiny Desk. They've done a performance? Let's watch it. And then it was history. It was history from there. They did a performance on there, and I watched that, and I was like, oh my god, they're actually really good. Even my husband's like, yeah, that was really good. I mean, he didn't get into it like I did, but after that, after we're done with the coffee bar and putting that all together, I went on YouTube and I went down the rabbit hole, and I think Mic Drop was one of the first ones that I listened to on my own. Like I was like, ooh. And from there I just went down the rabbit hole, and I haven't gone back since. And then after that, my algorithm would show me other K-pop groups, and then I saw Stray Kids. I started listening to their stuff, and I didn't get into them as deeply as BTS at first, because I was still learning a lot about BTS and just absolutely obsessed. Still am. So yeah, I mean, it was basically by accident. But yeah, warming up my face now so I don't look like a ghost. If you're wondering what the heck I'm doing. I'm also using the e.l.f. liquid bronzer and contour duo. It needs to be clean. Don't judge me. Okay, I'm gonna put a little on the nose. Snatch the nose. I just used the excess left over for that. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. e.l.f. Sponsor me. I put very little, and then I use the e.l.f. Blush Brush. e.l.f. Just saying. Maybe I need to email them. I put very, very little, because this stuff goes a long way. That might have actually been too much, but we'll make it work. Okay, next question is from Marnie. Hi, Marnie. What is your big achievement you have been happy with in your life? I have a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I've achieved a lot in my life, and by that, what I mean is just having the life that I have. I think that a lot of times that we take for granted just the little things. A lot of my life, if not all of it, are answered prayers. I prayed for the life that I have. I have a wonderful, amazing, loving husband who works very hard. I have an amazing daughter who is just so beautiful and so smart. I have you guys, the platform that I have. It's growing, and it's growing genuinely. And I just want to be able to have the community that we have always, no matter how big the channel gets. And I think just reaching all of the things that I have, all of the achievements I have in life personally and also online, I'm just very, very blessed. And I know I am. Sometimes I look at my channel and I look at other people's channels. There's that comparison thing. I know we all do it. Sometimes, a lot of the time, I look at someone else's channel and I'm like, they have more subscribers and this and that and this. And I have to just remember that I am working as hard as I can. I do everything myself. I don't know if you guys knew that. I obviously film everything, but I edit everything for all my channels, for my Patreon, all of it. And I also, have to take care of my house and my family. So being able to do what I do and do everything in my life myself is a really big achievement for me. But anyways, okay. All right. I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. Look at e.l.f. again. Little puff. I don't know. Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, this stuff's amazing. It's the airbrush flawless finish. It's like a pressed powder. I put this all over my face. And we have another one from Brady. Actually, they said, you and your husband's love story. I love this question. Let me put this under my eye. I have a mirror here. I didn't address that. That's where I'm looking right now. I have this mirror right here. Look at that. Look at how I don't know if you could tell on the camera, all of the shininess and stuff went away. It just looks flawless. Okay, well, me and my husband's love story. We are technically high school sweethearts, okay? But we didn't actually go to high school together. We met at church in youth group. Back then, I was a little spazzy, a little crazy. And Jonathan was very quiet. And it's funny because he's an extrovert and I'm an introvert. And we've changed a lot over the years. And I just remember he told me, you were just a lot. But apparently he liked that. Anyways, we met when we were teenagers. I think I was 15. He was 16 or something like that. We became best friends. We were best friends with another one of our other best friends. His name is John. He was Jonathan, so both of them were Jonathan, but we called him John. And we were the three amigos. Okay, we were inseparable. We just hung out all the time. Those feelings for me and Jonathan developed. And I remember we were doing a 4th of July like booth for like the fireworks and stuff. We were selling them for our church. We were just hanging out and he's like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay. And I kind of had an idea of what he was going to say. And it took him literally an hour to tell me. He kept getting too nervous and he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can. And I will say it was annoying. I knew what he was going to say. I just wanted him to say it. You know what I mean? And it took him about an hour to confess that he liked me. And then I was like, I like you. And then it was kind of like, we like each other, you know? And at that time, you know, he's a teenager and his parents were like, no dating, nothing like that. And I remember they moved churches and then we ended up at the same church again. I tried to, you know, like be a friend and his parents were like, no, you need to focus on school. And so I couldn't talk to him for about 2 years. And then one summer, I'm just on Facebook. We were still Facebook friends, I'm pretty sure. And I saw he was active. And so I messaged him and the rest is history. We were like, okay, let's be together. And we were together for like a year and then we got engaged and we were engaged for a year. And then we got married and we've been married for 13 years. 14 years. Wow. That's crazy. 14 years. Okay, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome highlighter. Love this stuff. This stuff's great. I put that right here. And then here, I like to sparkle like a colon. And then I put a little here and a little on my nose. There we go. Bam. 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 Next question from Lee Knows Mom. Lee Knows Mom. I love that. Do you have any hidden talents? I don't think I have any like hidden talents. I think most of you know I can sing. I sing at my church and I can do this. I have hitchhiker's thumb. I don't know if that's an actual talent, but I don't think everyone could do it, so maybe. Other than that, I don't really think so. I can't draw. I could draw a stick figure. That's about it. But I can sing. That's it. I'm not gonna sing, so don't even ask. I'm going to go in with the NYX, the face glue setting spray. Love this stuff. I'm basically out of it. The next question comes from BTS Strawberry Hobie. I know who you are. Hi. What do you like better, shopping or getting your nails done? Honestly, shopping. I don't have my nails done right now. Don't look at them. Okay. I just took off my fake nails and my nails are terrible. My cuticles are terrible. Everything's terrible about my nails right now. Okay. I'm going to have to get some press-ons. Now, I will say when I was getting my nails done, I absolutely loved it, but I have ADHD, so I hate sitting there for that long, but I love the reward of it. But shopping is definitely a lot more fun for me. I do like online shopping more than anything, but I do like shopping. They also doubled down. This is also from BTS Strawberry Hobie. What was your favorite subject in school? English, anatomy and physiology, and drama class and choir class. Like there wasn't a lot of like actual, other than the English and the science class that I liked, that like the actual classes. I was not a school person. Like I just, at the time, I had ADHD, but I didn't know I had ADHD, so that everything makes sense now. But I loved English class because I love writing and I love, excuse me, reading and all of that, everything about it. And obviously I loved drama class because I loved acting, and choir because I love singing. And then I loved anatomy and physiology. And I think it had a lot to do with my teacher. My teacher was amazing. He was just really, really cool, really, really chill dude. But I think learning about like the body, the human body, was really fun. And then another one from BTS Strawberry Hobie says, dogs or cats? Both. Why not both? Both the best of both worlds, you know? All right, let me set my face. I'm almost out of this stuff. I don't have my fan on me, so I'm gonna fan myself like this. Ooh, paper. Fan myself like this. Next question comes from Carly. Hi, Carly. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? 42. Moving on. This one's from Robert Steinmiller. It said, hello, Cassandra Brock. This is Robert Steinmiller. Here, my question is, if you were asked to appear in a music video and also were asked to perform on stage with them at their live concert, who would you hope it was, and what would you answer be? I'm curious to know. Hope my question is chosen. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you so much. This is an amazing, amazing question. I'm gonna say BTS. If we're talking about a Western artist, Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish for sure. She'd be so cool. But being asked to perform on stage with that big of an audience is actually very nerve-wracking, and it gives me anxiety thinking about it. But it would either be, if we're talking about K-pop, BTS. If we're talking about a Western artist, Billie Eilish. Okay. Okay, I think that's the finished look, okay? Like, I go with a very natural look. All right, let's answer some more questions while we're just sitting here. This one's from Sarah. We all know who Sarah is. Sarah. If you could leave this world with one piece of advice or words of encouragement, what would it be? That's not deep or anything. I always say this, and it's so cliche, but, like, I mean it wholeheartedly. Be yourself. I think a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to be someone they're not to appease other people, and it takes a lot of mental, emotional, and physical just strength to do that, and it's unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like, I have reached a point in my life where it's like, if you don't like me, that's fine. You don't have to like me. That's okay. I have people in my life that love me and support me and like who I am as a person, and that's all I really need. Putting myself out there on social media has really strengthened my backbone. Okay, and as of late, the more I grow, the more hate comments I'm gonna get. My camera just stopped working, so sorry. I can't remember exactly what I was saying, but I think, I was saying putting myself out there has really strengthened my backbone. Now, I will say I'm a human being, okay? So sometimes they get to me. But the more I grow, the more hate comments I'm gonna get, and that's just kind of how it is. Other than be yourself, be kind. I think just being kind to people around you and having consideration for other people can make all the difference. So be yourself and be kind. This one comes from Kelly O'Neill. What program do you use for editing and reacting to videos? It's probably my old laptop that needs replacing before I could do my channel. I use OBS. Now, yeah, you do need a certain processing power to do this kind of stuff. But yeah, I just use OBS. And for me personally, I have a separate thing for my camera, and I use the Canon software, the EOS or whatever it is, webcam thing, but it's not a webcam, it's my actual camera. But you can just hook up like a webcam to the OBS and just have it there. I like to have it separate, that way I can go in and out of my videos like I do in my editing. And I also edit with Adobe Premiere Pro. I've gotten just really, really good with that, so I like using that. And that's it. We're done. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for all your questions. By the way, I had quite a few of you that, like, when I asked for questions, you're like, here, bam. If you guys like this kind of video, please let me know. Like, really, I would love to know your guys' feedback. Make sure you hit the like button. That's also the best way for me to know that you liked it. Make sure to comment that you liked it. Or if you didn't, just be nice, be kind. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and press the little bell so you're notified every time I post. If you guys are interested in maybe getting shouted out like this and have your comment displayed and all that, and you want to ask me questions, go follow me on my Instagram. That's the best place. That's where I do a lot of those. Also my Patreon, that's the #1 way you guys can support me, and I have a lot of exclusive content over there that's not available over here on YouTube, so that's also going to be in the description below. All of it's going to be in the description below for you. I also have other channels. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on my gaming channel and my vlog channel, that way I can monetize. So if you guys would do me the biggest favor and go over there and just hit the subscribe button, it'll take, like 10 seconds maybe max, and it'll make me very happy. As always, I love you guys very much. Stay awesome, stay beautiful. Hello, beautiful Kaz crew, Kaz here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Also, check out this video because YouTube thinks you'll like it.